Did you do something different?
Here
Did we
it goes.
do?
No,
Oh,
I don't know what it was.
can hear Joey, but not Glenn.
Yep. Sorry. You're good now.
I am?
Yep.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, they can hear you. Look.
We're missing the good comments, darn, says Ron. All right. We can hear Joey. Who else hears computer noises? Joey said a couple and no party. Wait a minute. So I don't know if they're hearing me. Only music. You got the music still going.
No, it's off.
Okay, Glenn, now hearing Glenn. There it is. We can hear. All right. Oh, Joey. Oh, my God. Joey needs a cup of coffee.
I didn't do that.
He started off on the wrong scene.
It was working earlier.
He started off on the wrong scene, and then we turn around and there's no audio. Tex Palmer says, gotta read lips. All right, now let's say it. If you can hear me loud and clear, chat in the room that I'm coming across loud and clear and where you're tuning in from. Wow. Joey gets 2 demerits today. Sounds good from Calgary. Thank you, Raphael. Oh, man. Joey is never like this. I think Joey needs coffee. Your sound channels are messed up. No, I think we're good now. I can hear you, says David. Hi from Winnipeg, California. Jay lets me know he can hear me. Glenn broke it. Are you really putting that in the chat that I broke it? I'm not the technical guy. Oh, my gosh. I am not the tech guy.
Who else would have done it?
It's you. How are you going to say it was me?
Wasn't me.
Wow. What are you, Shaggy now? It wasn't you?
Wasn't me.
It wasn't you. All right. Thank you guys for being here. I've got Jim from Boone. Jim used to be part of the VectorVest user group here in Cornelius. I miss seeing you, man, but glad that you're here on Trending Thursday. I've got Sherman, Texas. Palmer is here. Jason is here from Kentucky. Steve is in North California. I'm a Southern California kind of guy. Just so you know, I'm wearing my Duke Blue Devil shirt today. I'm a Duke fan. Joey is a North Carolina fan, so that makes for a perfect team here together. So, really, Ralph says, Glenn broke it definitely. I know nothing about the tech stuff.
That's how you break stuff.
I didn't break anything. I had nothing to do with it. Lyndhurst, New York. Gotta love Long Island. Badger says, listen to Glenn. Switch seats for the day. Let's see how Trending Thursday comes across with Joey in the talent seat. Joey ain't the talent. Joey's the tech guy. Glenn is the talent. All right, Glenn in the producer's chair. Wow. You know something? I wonder if we could do that once. Ooh, that would be could you imagine me trying to do the tech stuff and you trying to do the presenting? That would be kind of funny. Hey, Glenn, I caught a 38-pound grouper last week. Come fishing in Florida. I need to go. Joey, you want to go fishing?
Let's go.
Let's go. I want to go to Florida and go fishing. Is that a real invitation, Oscar? Because we might have to take you up on it. You know, I love me some Mississippi. Gautier, Mississippi. I love me some Mississippi. All right. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. We got a lot to talk about today. And guess what? Today, I've carved out time to look at your stocks. I keep getting that question a lot. Hey, can you look at this stock? Can you look at this stock? And I haven't done it in a while. But today, we will be looking at your stocks. And as a matter of fact, Joey put a new thing up here. There we go. Here's what we got going on for Trending Thursday today. So Joey's been really creative as my producer in getting a lot of things to make the whole experience here on Trending Thursday a better one. So here's today's topics. We're going to do an overview. We're going to talk about steel stocks, internet stocks, and something that caught my attention, insurance stocks. And then today, as I mentioned, I will be analyzing your stocks. So save them until the end. I will ask you for those stocks and we'll go from there. I also want to let you know a little house cleaning. If you're brand new to the channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you'll be alerted when new content comes up. I also want to talk to you about a lot of our live streams in case you are new to the channel. On Mondays and Wednesdays, we have midday market update. This upcoming Wednesday will be the last one. We were trying it out for the month of March. Next month, we're going to try something different, but we do have midday market every Monday at 12. To this next Wednesday is going to be a sneak peek into our live trading room. I will be doing the Jockey Club on YouTube, and of course, GoToWebinar, but on YouTube, Wednesday at 9 a.m. So next Wednesday at 9 a.m., for those of you who have been interested in knowing what our live trading room is all about, we're going to be doing that next Wednesday on YouTube at 9 a.m. from 9 to 10:30. Take you through the whole process. And that may enlighten you guys, and some of you may want to become a part of our live day trading room. You'll have an opportunity to do that. Don't forget, every Thursday at 11 o'clock on YouTube, Patrick does the mobile live. Everybody has access to the mobile app if you are a subscriber to the software, and some of you just have the mobile app. Patrick takes you through tricks and tips on the mobile app, so you never want to miss that as well.
That's my fault too.
That is your fault too. On every Thursday at 11 a.m. and of course, Trending Thursday, our live stream every Thursday at 2 p.m. Mark says, how you mispronounce Gautier? How do you mean Gautier? You're not from down here. I live next door to Ocean Springs, Mississippi. I love me some Mississippi. I love me some Mississippi. Gautier, that's French, right? Gautier. Oh, parlez-vous français? Comment allez-vous? Je ne sais pas. Gautier? I do it. That's my French. That's my French. My French accent is impeccable. It's impeccable. All right. So let's get rocking and rolling. Oh, one more thing. We do have a free webcast coming up next Wednesday and Thursday. Actually, how do I get to there, Joey? I just put that up. We have a free webcast coming up next Wednesday and Thursday on bottom fishing. Joey's going to put the link in there. It's a free webcast, 2 days, Wednesday at 12, Wednesday at 4:30, Thursday at 12, and Thursday at 6 p.m. to accommodate everybody in their schedules. All right. Joey's going to put the link for there. If you want to learn more about bottom fishing, our bottom fishing campaign that we started last week is up over 14%. We just closed it out. If you want to learn more about how we're able to effectively time the bottoms and the tops, in this case, bottoms, you don't want to miss this. It's a free webcast. It's a free webcast. All right, so let's get back into the software. That's not where I wanted to go. Where's the other thing? Put me back on the home page. How did I mess that up? Okay, there we go. So let's talk about what's going on in the market right now. Looking at today's activity, we got a little bit of an update today. Look at all of the major indices are up today. Dang it, I got to look at it from here. All of the major indices are up today. We can always tell where the money is going, what industries or what sectors the monies are going into. Looks like steel. Steel is the big mover today, up over 1.5% just today alone. And we do have a green light in our color guard pricing column today, but not enough. We don't have an up situation to be able to start a new swing trade campaign. One other thing I want you to do, if you guys really do like our live stream, don't forget, share this link on your social media right now. A lot of you follow me on Twitter. A lot of you follow me on Instagram. Share this link, especially if you have a Twitter feed. Share this link right now on your Twitter feed. For all your followers that are on Twitter, get them to get to our webcast today. And if you're still not following me on Twitter yet, go search for @GlennTompkins Jr. on Twitter or @GlennTompkins Jr. on Instagram. You can follow me on both Twitter and Instagram. But share this link right now on your Twitter feed with your followers. Let's get some more people into the room. It'd be greatly appreciated. All right, now, with all of this, what's going on in the market today, let's talk about what's going on in the market in the background. Let me take you out to my news stories, and this is something that's important. Powell says inflation is much too high. Remember when Uncle Glenn was telling you that inflation was not transitory? Now he's admitting inflation is much too high, and the Fed will take necessary steps to address. What does that mean? He's opening the door to go up higher than just 25 basis points on the next raise of interest rates. Most likely we'll get a 50 basis points. I think that before the year is out, there will probably be a 100 point increase. That's just my opinion. But the other side of this, all right, the other side of this is this. He's trying to balance raising the interest rates while inflation is rising to keep us in a Goldilocks scenario. The odds don't favor the Fed's soft landing. So it's almost like he's damned if he does and he's damned if he doesn't. I think that coming late to the game was an issue. Inflation is really running, and to now really go after inflation, he's going to have to become more hawkish on the rate increases. All right, he's going to have to become more hawkish, and I think he's setting the tables to be able to do that. But if he becomes more hawkish, the soft landing is probably going to go to the wayside, and we will go into a recession. So there's a lot of commentary on whether or not we will or will not go into a recession. I think that in order to really pull back on inflation, he's going to have to do more than just a 25 basis points or 50 basis points to really start to attack inflation. And if he does go higher, even if he goes 75 basis points, the market's not going to like that, and we most likely will go into a recession. Now, keep in mind, everything that I just said is my opinion. Roger says, Glenn, I saw a few Blink charging stations in Las Vegas yesterday. You know how I feel about those stocks. I did a couple of videos on them on charging. The states are releasing infrastructure money out for states to start building up the infrastructure for electrical vehicle charging. All right, so thank you for that, Roger. That's kind of awesome. I appreciate that. Great trip. Roger said, oh, he's talking to Jay. All right, go ahead. You talk to Jay. I saw the comment with Miss McClintock and Roger and somebody else had all met up, which was kind of awesome. Love to see that people from VV Nation are actually meeting up in person. That is really cool. That is really, really, really cool. All right, with all of that being said, in regards to inflation, let's see how this is affecting the market all the same. Let's go back into the software. And from the software, here's my watch list of stocks. I don't have a ton of stocks today. Now, the reason why I don't have a ton of stocks today with the market wishy-washy the way that it is, it was hard to really hone in on what's trending right now as far as the sectors. You know, that's what I use. I look at Trending Thursday, looks at what sectors are trending. And that gives me another feeling that the market is poised for a pullback. All right. Is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? Am I right? Am I wrong? I'm just watching the data in the VectorVest software, and if it's making it hard for me to effectively find the sectors that are trending, that tells me something. All right, and that's behind the scenes, and that's something inadvertently that I'm finding. It's not something that's blatantly sticking out at me. By way of what I prepare for every Thursday, that kind of data is coming to fruition and let me know who you guys need to hold on. All right. Now, am I right? Am I wrong? Time will only tell, but I'm just using the data in the VectorVest software. Now, everybody who's putting out stocks for me to take a look at, as I mentioned earlier, today I will look at your stocks, but I'll let you know when I'm ready for you to give me those stocks. All right. So we will spend some time looking at your individual stocks. Now, with the data that we just got about the Fed, now, another story that came out today is that the people looking for jobs is at a 5-decade low. That's huge. So people are actually going back to work. Well, you know something, when inflation running up, you need to make some money to try to pay off this, that, and the other thing, right? So pay your bills especially. All right, let's go look at my indicators that I look at for the market. For those of you who are not subscribers to the VectorVest software, we look at the SPY. And for those of you who are subscribers to the VectorVest software, we look at the VVC to give us an idea of what's going on in the market. Resection, it will go to, wow, you know me, I'm not talking about our president, whether good, bad, or indifferent. All right, just not. Welcome, Ninja. Glad to have you here, my friend. Let's take a look at those two indicators. All right, let's go view the stock graph. Let's go put these on a 3-month graph. There's the S&P. S&P came off of a bottom here, a little level of support, sitting at 415.46, ran up. Now the S&P is sitting at a level of resistance, sitting at 448.49. We need the market to keep moving higher than that. The 3 and the 8 on the market still look good. That's a great thing. Volume is slowing up a little bit. That gives me more indication that there's not as much oomph in the market, not as much conviction in the market as the market was rising. Look at volume starting to fall. Again, these are little telltale signs that lets me know be careful. Be careful. If I'm having a problem finding stocks or finding sectors moving higher over the last 2 weeks, and I look at something like the spiders and look at the volume, things are in the midst. Just keep your heads on. Miss McClintock is here. Hello, Miss McClintock. Glad to have you here. All right, and let's go look at the same thing with the VectorVest composite. Here's that bottom fishing campaign that we just had. We had a little bit of a triple bottom here, here, here. Nice rebound. Market's starting to do a little bit of a pullback right here, even though it's an up day today, higher than yesterday's close. But look at the buying pressure. Not much in the way of selling pressure, but also look at the volume as the market was moving up. I'm telling you, folks, and I'm not trying to be the bringer of doom and gloom. I'm just letting you know. Just be careful. We all know the story with inflation. We all know the story with Russia and Ukraine, and all of those different things. The recipe, the mixture of what's going on is showing up to make for the market to go down. I don't know when. I don't, but it is what it is. And with rising inflation and raising the interest rates, put those both things together, that normally doesn't bode well for the market. All right, so I'm just putting those things, I'm putting one and one together. The Dems want to give stimulus checks because of gasoline prices. I'm not with that. All right, if we're trying to rein in the amount of money that's in the economy, the way to do it is to make it harder for you to get money, not to put more money and spend more money. I saw a story that the government has run out of the funds to buy more vaccines to give them out to everyone. Has anybody else seen that story? I saw a story, I was going to think about using it today, but I saw a story that the government ran out of the money to give free vaccinations. Has anybody else seen that story? All right. And then you want to think about giving a stimulus, so to speak, to help with the gas. Listen, the gas is high. Gas is high because we ain't got none. We ain't got no oil. There was a time not long ago where we were on the road to becoming a tad bit energy dependent as far as oil was concerned, but we're not there anymore. All right, so now the demand is still there, but the supply is low. This is America. This is capitalism. And if demand is high, but supply is low, prices are going to go up. That's what it's all about. Did anyone hear anything about the stock exchanges in Russia today? Karen, when we did the Jockey Club this morning, we saw that their markets were open. All right, we did see that their markets were open, and it was down bigly. That was the biggest indice going down in the European theater today was the Russian market. But yeah, Ms. McClintock, I did see that there was a story that the government ran out of money to buy more free vaccines. All right. So with with what's going on with the Fed, all I'm saying is right now in the current market's condition, the 3 and the 8 look good. That's on the VectorVest composite. The 3 and the 8 look good on the S&P. But on both of them, notice that the volume is waning down. So just keep your eyes on that. John says we are not heading towards energy independence and lower prices because, oh Lord, it is what it is because no. Again, everybody's got to be nice to everybody in here. All right, everybody's got to be nice and no politics. All right, gasoline averaged $7 in California. Good grief, that's a lot of dough. That's a lot of dough. What's up, Glenn, Joey, and VV Nation? Work's taking my attention today. Energy, we're glad that you're here nonetheless. No, we're glad that you're here nonetheless. All right, so that's what's going on from the market perspective, and that's the news behind what's going on in the market as well. All right, let's get to my next story. My next story is on steel. Why steel? Because steel is the number one sector in the VectorVest system right now. The number one sector. So here's an interesting story. How about the UK and US strike a trade deal to end tariffs on British steel and American whiskey? I didn't know that there was a tariff and why there was a tariff on British steel, but you know something? The deal will help lower the costs of imported steel for US users. All right. So I saw that and I was like, And then we got the stock I'm going to talk about today, Nucor, sees record quarter one earnings on strong end market demand. The demand is there still. Building is still going on. Mortgages are going to be affected by rising interest rates, but it's something else that I keep saying. Even if we raise 3, 4, 5, 6 times this year, our interest rates will still overall be low. So I just want you to keep that in mind as well. Good news, Cafe Bustelo hasn't gone up that much. Doggone right. And you know something? I got my Cafe Bustelo today. And even if Cafe Bustelo went up, you know something? Glenn's still going to buy it. The COVID funds got cut so more money could go to Ukraine. Is that what it was? Thank you, Sharon. I know I saw the story, but I didn't know why. And if that's the case, understood. All right. Now, I'm sort of kind of like in my feelings about that. I'm all for helping Ukraine, but I also want to make sure that we're taken care of at home. All right. We're giving a lot of money to Ukraine, and I'm for that, but we got to make sure that people at home are taken care of as well. That's as far as I'm going to go in regards to that statement. All right, that's as far as I'm going to go on to that statement. The COVID fund was cut before Ukraine, says Rick. All right. So again, I saw the story and now I'm looking for your feedback in regards to the story. Thus the reason why I asked if anybody else had seen that story. I really wish now that I would have kept that story to show it today for Trending Thursday. How do you invest in Cafe Bustelo? Go to the store and pick some up. That's about it. That's it right there. Go to the store and pick some up. That's all you can do. All right. That's what I do. Kirby's not here. Kirby is my guy. Discount Coffee, go to www.discountcoffee. He's a subscriber to the VectorVest software. That's where I normally get my coffee from. All right. So my next story. Oh, I never looked at the stocks. Hold on. Let me go look at my steel stocks. Notice in my list of 14 stocks where the steel stocks sit. 1, 2, 3, and I think Allegheny is in here too. Yep. My top 4 stocks in my list of 14 stocks are all steel stocks. Well, because again, steel is the number one sector in the database system right now. All of them are buy recommendations. All of them have positive earnings, double-digit earnings growth. Oil and steel are still, I think, the 2 best places to have your money right now. Why? Because that's what the market's giving you. The market is giving you that those 2 sectors are moving. So I'm all about having your money where the market is moving. Always remember, take what the market gives you. If market is giving you steel and oil, take it. Now, and if you ever get to a point where you think that they're both overbought, then you can still take advantage. Look at all of 3 out of the 4 going up today nicely. How about U.S. Steel is up over 5%, Nucor up over 3%, Tenaris up about 0.5%, and Allegheny is down about 0.5%. Well, if I were in all 4 of these stocks, overall, I'd be up for the day. I'm going to the swing trading group before I voice my opinion on that. I got you, Mark. I got you. And I'm told that's why I didn't step but so far. That's why I didn't step so far in that statement. All right. So I just put that up there. All right. Let's go take a look at these stocks. Right click, view the stock graph. Joey, did you put up that poll? Joey is trying to get us good ideas for Trending Thursdays or for live streams. Joey's going to put a poll up. Huh?
Yeah, I'm going to get it up in a minute.
All right, Joey's going to put up a poll to get your feedback. On yesterday, we didn't get a lot of feedback. Today, I got over 200 people sitting up in here. I really want your feedback on what you would like to see as far as live streams. All right, as far as what you would like to see out of my screen is fuzzy. Betsy, you may want to refresh your page. Refresh your page.
Yeah, she can either refresh the page or she needs to use the gear icon below the screen to change the resolution.
There you go. Hopefully they can hear you, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so there you go. Hopefully that'll take care of that. Jay says gas on Long Island is $4.65. Yeah. Still, it's expensive here. It's like regular gas. How much is regular gas, Joey? I use.
It's like $4.
Yeah, I use premium unleaded in the Passat, and I paid like $4.89 a gallon. It was not fun. All right, put this on a 3-month graph. Nucor, wow, look at that. Steel stocks moving, Nucor still moving. Our earnings per share is falling off a little bit, but still nice at a value of $16.40, growing their earnings at a clip of 37% a year. Cafe Bustelo trades from J.M. Schmucker. Is that what it is? Cafe Bustelo is owned by Schmucker. Hitting the like button, hitting the like button helps the show. Thank you, Energy. It's the like button, not the line button, but the like button. Would love for you guys, especially if you like the commentary. All right, Nucor hitting a new 3-month high today, trading at 151.87. The volume is pretty steady. I still like it as a trade right now. I'm looking at the 3 and 8 exponential moving average. Wow, steel, U.S. Steel, look at that. Very close to the highs today. Volume, same thing with earnings. Earnings are starting to fall off a little bit, but still earnings per share is sitting at $9.40, still growing at a clip of 40%. Next one. Tenaris Steel, a little bit more choppy in the move, a lot more gappy. I'm not a big fan of gappy stocks, look, gapping up, gapping down, back and forth, but definitely moving from the bottom left to the top right. Glenn, do you ever go to the Tampa today? If not, let me know when you are in Miami, my friend. Out of all of the places that I've been in Florida, I have never been to Miami. I've never been to Miami, but I think I got to go. I got to party it up at least once, man. Get to Miami and do some bachata. Ooh, do some merengue. Yeah. And drink some tequila. Ooh, yeah. I got to go. I got to get to Miami one time. I've never been to Miami. I've been all over Florida. My kids live in Tampa, but I've never been to Miami. I've got to get there. I've got to get there. With inflation, all the metals will do well and they cycle through them. I don't disagree with that, but I'm saying right now, steel is rocking and rolling. And the last one I've got here is ATI, bottom left, top right, steel alloy. And actually, earnings was falling. Look at the big pop in earnings. Gotta love that, and still growing at a clip of 32% a year. So that is my first story after the market is on steel stocks, and steel stocks is still rocking and rolling. John says TS is full of gapacitosity. No, it's gapiosity. It is. It's got a lot of gap. I would be careful with that, but the stock is moving higher, so I can't fight that. The stock is moving higher in a sector that's moving higher. If you don't like gappy stocks, then you wouldn't take that one. All right? I wouldn't take that one. Go to South Beach. Listen, Joey, you want to take a trip? You want to take a dude's trip? Me, you, and Clay go down to Miami?
Let's go.
Let's go. And we can go fishing and we can go drinking.
Ready.
You ready?
I don't want to go in the summer, though.
You know what? It's too hot. Hell, Florida is just too hot in the summer.
Yeah.
I'm down with all that. When is the trip? I don't know. We gotta plan that out. I wouldn't mind going to Tampa. I wouldn't mind going to Miami. VV Nation is in. Am I reading that wrong? Am I supposed to read that? What does that say? Sorry, Maria, I can't pick up on that. Is in the zone? Maria, I can't read that. All right. I can't read that. All right, let's get to my next story. My next story is on internet stocks. Why? Internet stocks are up over 30% in the last 2 weeks. And I always try to find sectors on the rise so you can buy low and sell high. So the only story I could find was on one of the big companies, one of the big, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, them. RBC Capital maintains an outperform on GDS, lowers the price target, though, to $58. All right. So that was all I can find. Again, this week was a little tougher in trying to find news on these stocks, but I'm going to look at several stocks in that space. Let's go back to the program. And GDS is in the top half of my list. The 4 stocks that I have for internet stocks are GDS, Amazon, Trivago, and I'll tell you why I like Trivago in a second, and OfferPad. Interesting, you have stuff like OfferPad where you can sell your house. Zillow used to do it. They don't do it anymore. There's a lot of different apps out there. How many of you have had any experience with selling your house through an app instead of going through the traditional way of selling a house? Type a 1 in the room if you have. If you have or know somebody who has. Type a 2 if you've had no experience or know anybody who's gone through that process. I'm assuming that there's a lot of people who know somebody who's gone the easier route of selling their house online. Type a me if you or somebody you know has done that. Type a no if you have not. I am just curious to know. I'm broke to go on vacation, so stop talking about money in front of the poor. Oh, sigh. Wow, I'm seeing a lot of 2s. A lot of 2s. Interesting. So a lot of you have not personally done it or don't know anybody who has. So how is this industry rock and rolling? All right, Lou has. I keep kicking myself off the website, Glenn. How are you doing that, Herb? You just got to get that chicory. That's what it is, Herbert. You got to get that chicory. I got a couple of people that have said that have once. I sold the house without an agent. That's not the same thing. Well, you know something? You can do that as well and still get a good price without selling it through an agent, doing it on your own. People like, the middleman, cut the middleman out. Keaton says he has as well. All right. So I got a few people. Von Moose, I will do stocks today, but I'm going to let you know when I'm ready. I'm not ready yet. All right. So I was interested in seeing OfferPad in the list. Well, let's do it this way. This is on internet stocks. Let's highlight one of the stocks because I want to see the sector graph. Why did I pick this sector? All right, let's go put this on a 3-month graph. This is why I picked the sector. The sector's on the rise. All right, and the market's going iffy. I don't know if that's a good word, but up and down and wishy-washy. Wishy-washy is probably a better word. I like that the sector found a level of support and bounced up. I like the bounce in earnings per share, but I don't like the big pullback. And for the most part, volume has been pretty steady overall. A little bit of a pullback, but close to or above the average volume. Thus the reason why I'm looking at internet stocks, because the sector, this is the sector. Joey just put the poll up. I'm selling a home right now to Redfin. So that's another app that you can use, is that Redfin app. So there you go. Thank you for that, Philip. I appreciate it. Just made a pound of Bustelo, but I like coffee with chicory better. I know, Herbert. You've been telling me about that for years. My friend. I bought a home once, direct seller to the buyer. I'm thinking that with homes selling the way that they are, that most people, more and more people, can keep the middleman out and do it on their own. I've seen stories of heard stories where people put up a for sale sign up today and get an offer on their house either that same day or the next day or the next couple of days. Yeah, that's how crazy this market is. All right. So from the internet perspective, that's why I'm looking at those stocks. So I got GDS, Amazon, Trivago, and OfferPad. Let's go take a look at their stocks. All right. Remember, the sector is up 30% over the last 2 weeks. That's a nice big move. Let's go to a 3-month graph. Now, GDS, they got their target lowered to 58, but look at where it is right now at 42. It's still higher than where it is. I do like the 3-8 crossover. I like that yesterday it pushed a level of a 3-month high sitting at the value of $48, pulled back up day to day, but I'd still like it to see to break through that level of resistance. Volume is falling. Watch that. Earnings per share is negative, so they're losing money, and they're growing at a negative rate. But the sector is moving. So, where the direction of either the market or the sector, 80% of the stocks tend to move with it. So keep your eyes on it. I'd like to see it take out that 3 month, and it just got a buy for the first time in 3 months as well. Let's go to the next stock, Amazon. Everybody knows Amazon's altogether a good stock in that space. Look at the earnings per share. Earnings per share, this company just keeps making money. All right, pulling back off a level of resistance, sitting at 33.29.39. Pulling back today, the 3 and the 8 are still solid on an end of day 3 month graph, but the biggest thing for me is I love the earnings per share. Volume is falling off a little bit. RT is above 1, but leveling out. So the stock is in an uptrend, but it is leveling out. Trivago. Why do I like Trivago? All right, so in the space right now of travel itself, airlines starting to move. Disney is getting affected by the theme park because they closed their Shanghai park because of the COVID outbreak. But overall, the theme parks are back open. People are itching to get out and about because COVID mandates are still getting lifted. Not in New York for sports teams, though. I was watching the Yankee game. They're playing in Tampa, a preseason game. They won last night, beat the Orioles. You look at the Brooklyn Nets, and Kyrie Irving can't still play at home. I'm wondering how this is going to affect the baseball teams. It didn't do a whole lot for the football teams. I don't think there was, if you didn't get vaccinated, you could still play at home. But that's another whole story in and of itself as well. So we'll see how that plays out for the baseball season. That if the whole idea in New York is if you're not vaccinated, you can't play, which I think is, that's another story. I just don't want to get into it. Shopify, I like, especially how many of you have heard all of the commercials on Shopify now? I know here in North Carolina, they are pushing Shopify commercials big time for entrepreneurs. How many of you have heard the uptick on Shopify commercials on the radio? Type a 1 in the room. Type a 1 in the room. If you haven't, type a 2. But real quick, going home, coming to work, I hear the commercials, commercial after commercial about Shopify. I think that they're doing a big push on advertising, especially for entrepreneur people who are new to business, to get their products sold on Shopify as a way to get their products sold. So I see a head and shoulders pattern on Trivago. I do too. Shoulder, shoulder, head, neckline right about here, which is a beautiful level right about here of $1.99 on the neck level of it right now. So we'll see. But I do see shoulders. Say again?
Can you maximize that?
Oh, yeah. There we go. Shoulder, shoulder, head. And the next line is sitting at 206. I'm going to call that more so than here. I'm going to call that. So I'm with you. I see that as well, Lee. I see that as well. Disney will open. I'm not starting. Lou, you got to keep some of that stuff to yourself because I'm not responding to that. I'm just not. All right, so that's Trivago. I'm thinking that travel stocks are going to move. All right, so all of these booking.coms, all that kind of stuff, keep your eyes on those stocks. Keep your eyes on the airlines as well. My next one is OpAD. Interesting how it's starting to move. I'm thinking is they're getting more and more interest in selling your houses without having to go through the process of showing and all that stuff. So we'll see. Go to here, pronounce, say Gaucher Gast. Gaucher? Is it Gaucher? Is it Gaucher? Oh, is that what it is? Gaucher. All right, now thank you, Kenneth, because I'm looking at how you spell it. I'm using my letters. Is it Gaucher? There you go. Herbert says no Shopify ads today. And I'm seeing most people were saying no Shopify ads as well. Again, I'm having them a lot in North Carolina. If they are having to spend that much money on advertising, wouldn't that mean they're needing business and not doing well? Well, you would think that, but you know something? Any business needs sales, right? And no matter what business you're in, the biggest portion of your business spent should be on advertising. All right, most businesses are that way. Why? Because you got to sell the product. And it's not all together. If you look at the cost of trying to advertise on the radio or whatever, depending on how big or small a company you are, it doesn't tend to be that expensive, but that's how you got to get business. So remember, I always say that earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher. Well, what's the fuel in the engine? Sales. So sales is the fuel to drive the engine, which is earnings, to push the stock's price higher. All right, so does that make sense? Who asked me that? Asked me Rick. And Kenneth, did I say it right now? It's Gaucher? Ah, there you go. I like that, Gaucher. That sounds better. New York ending vaccination mandate was announced about 4 hours ago. They did. Oh, man, that's great for New York sports. That's great for New York sports. Thank you, Tyre. I appreciate that. All right, so those are my stocks on the internet space. OfferPad, I like the setup. on OfferPad. Could it be your opportunity to buy low and sell high? Absolutely. But I don't like that it's got negative earnings. I'm not a fan of negative earnings, but they are growing at a clip of 25%. Maybe with the sales or that kind of thing, pushing sales will push the stock's price even higher. I like that. Gaucher. Now I know. Hey, Joey, I learned some French. Mon ami, me learn some French today. You know, because that's going to be good right there. Wow, that's a little cayenne right there. Because that's going to be good right there. When I look at stock market, that's going to be good. That's a little bit more Cajun. You wouldn't understand that, Joey. You wouldn't understand that. You know why? Because I'm refined. I'm a much learned man. I am refined. Okay?
So learned.
I'm so learned that I'm refined. While COVID is spoken.
Talk about the poll real quick.
All right, is it finished?
No, I just want to.
All right, so there's Joey put up a poll. The poll is giving us some ideas about what you guys would like to see for more live stream ideas. All right, I want everybody to answer it, please. Lynn is here. Long time no see, looking great. Thank you, Lynn. I appreciate that. I do appreciate it. Voila. That's French too. That's right. Voila. Van Moose. I'll say it again. I'll let you know when I'm ready to look at your stocks, my friend. I'm not ready yet. All right, let's get to my next story. My next story is, now this is a cool story. This is an article on Investor Place. 7 safe stocks to snap up if the volatile market has you scared. Now, my next story is on insurance stocks. Now, I'm going to take you through what this story says. What this story says are 7 stocks. So I'm giving you a bonus. This is not my playlist. This is from Investor Place. Number 1, Apple, Berkshire Hathaway, Microsoft, and 2 of these are my top 10. I'm going to show you what my top 10 stocks are right now. And some of them are a little speculative, but I'm going to show you my top 10 stocks that I like right now. Procter & Gamble, United Health, Progressive is in here. And that's the stock that we're going to talk about is Progressive, and then DTE. So I'm going to scroll down. Let's go find Progressive. Progressive, yet another business category you don't ponder much, which is interesting. You know, I just saw it as a sector that's moving, that you don't ponder much until an emergency erupts. Progressive is one of the most recognized insurance. Oh, who's that? That's Flo. I love the commercial where Flo is herself and her sister and goes over to the house and says, "Hey, sis, the baby looks more like dad." And her sister goes, "But dad is old." And says, "Oh, so you wanted to talk about insurance?" And her sister says, "No, I wanted you to talk about insurance." So Flo starts talking and the baby goes to sleep, and then she closes the door. Shh, shh, shh. Sleeping baby. That's an awesome commercial. I love that commercial. But Progressive is one of the most recognized insurance firms, thanks to Flo, the fictional salesperson that has been at the center of the company's quirky. You know who else is at the center and that everybody knows? Lily from AT&T. All right, but Flo has been around a lot longer. All right, you can acquire PGR for its general relevance as one of the safe stocks to buy. However, in this article, I'm specifically eyeballing PGR for its auto insurance business. All right, so that's why I found this story and I said, all right, that fits right in with what I'm looking for my insurance stocks, but let's go see where they sit. Progressive. Well, at least Progressive is towards the top middle of the list. What other stocks are in here? Hall, Hall, Hallmark Financial, Hippo, Hungry Hippo, Hippo Holdings, Oxbridge, OXBR, and of course, Progressive. Oxbridge as an insurance stock is a little bit better than Progressive. Notice that the only one that has negative earnings, interesting, the only one that has negative earnings growth is Progressive, negative earnings growth of 5%, but positive earnings. The others are doing much good or better. Hippo Holdings is down. It's got negative earnings at 34 cents to the negative. CNPay, let's go. I'll add another one. I don't have the news on it, but CNPAY. Oops, I ain't got it. Nope, I ain't got that stock. I don't, unless it's a Canadian stock, but I ain't got CNPay. Nope. All right, so let's go look at these stocks that I got right here. Let's highlight them. They're all highlighted. Let's watch the stock. Oh, before I do that, let's do this. Let's highlight one of them. Right click. Let's go look at the sector graph. This is insurance now, right? This is the insurance sector. Why do I like it? The insurance sector is up over 12% in the last 2 weeks. Put on a 3-month graph. Wow, look at that. Look at that. And this is what Trending Thursday is all about. This is a sector graph. If the sector is moving up like that, that means the stocks within the sector are moving. Look at the earnings per share as well. All right. This is what Trending Thursday is all about, finding this kind of stuff. Here's the only French I know. Voulez-vous coucher? I can't tell you what that means. I know what it means. And so, quick story. Now that you say that, Lynn, I worked for an alarm company. I worked for an alarm company a few years ago, and my boss was female, right? And she was speaking French to me, and she was saying, so I said to her, and I worked for my dad. My dad was the vice president of the company. I worked for my dad, and I said, oh, voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? And my dad's face turned red. Now, he's about as dark as I am. His face turned red. He was like, Junior, because I'm a junior. He was like, Junior, you can't say that. And I was like, it's a song. It's a song, he says. And then he pulled me to the side. He pulled me to the side and told me what the words meant. And I had to go apologize. I didn't know. But my French is, you want to hear my French again? Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? See, my French accent is impeccable. It's impeccable. But I didn't realize what the
better.
Huh? Nah, you did not hear that better. My French accent is muy good. Well, that's not French at that point. That's a little bit of a Spanish. All right, so that's a real story, Lynn. That's a real story. So I learned very quickly that those are not French words. You just go around just blurting out. How old was I? Oh, I was probably in my 30s. It's probably late 20s, early 30s, somewhere up in there. And my French, I think my French is... Yeah, wow, Joey. Wait, this is for you, Joey. That's for you. That's for you. CNPay is a French company. Is it traded on the U.S. market, Lou? Is it traded on the U.S. market? All right, so that's the sector. Thus the reason why I have it as one of my stories today. So Oxbridge, Progressive, Hall, and Hippo. Let's go look at that. So how do you catch the beginning of an awesome uptrend? Well, for me, I like to look at stocks where the 3 and the 8 just crossed. That's probably one of the best ways. And you know something, if I'm looking at some of your stocks today, I'm going to see if we can find some of those stocks that you give me today where the 3 and the 8 are just crossing. I know what you said in French. Hell, I know what I said in French. I'm not supposed to be saying that. Robin says, I appreciate your expertise. Thank you. I don't know what I gave expertise on, Robin, but I appreciate that. I appreciate that nonetheless. All right, let's go right-click, view those stocks, put these on a 3-month graph. 3 months. Look at that move, Oxbridge. Look at that. Nicely moving higher. Broke through 2 levels of resistance, one at $6.18. Broke through another one at $6.35. I like the stock. I don't like the volume. The volume is just steady. Volume for me is conviction. I'd like to see a stock's price moving up on higher moving volume. RT tells me the stock's in an uptrend. The stock has been a buy or a hold for the majority of the 3 months. It was a sell for a short amount of time. Earnings per share took a big dip. Not sure what happened. Let's go to earnings. I don't know why earnings don't want to show up. Doesn't matter. Earnings took a big hit, but it's trying to rebound a little bit. I like price action, though, and I like that it did break through the headwinds of 2 levels of resistance. What else? Wow, progressive. There's flow. Look at that. Now, what I don't like is that it's got negative earnings per share, but growing it, no, it's negative earnings growth, but look at the earnings per share still going up. Earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher, but it's sales that's the fuel in that engine. Down day to day, but so you want to find the beginning of an uptrend, Jose, right? You want to find the beginning of an uptrend. I like looking for 3-8 crossovers. Now notice that the 3-8 crossover, it failed, but I got another 3-8 crossover, and look at that run up. That's what I like to look for. Not fired by your dad. No, he didn't fire me. He had to just pull me to the side and go, dude, you don't do that. Stop talking about crap you don't know about. Pretty much that's what he said. But I was like, all right, Dad, I know. Working for my dad was interesting because I had to call him Glenn Sr. I couldn't call him Dad at work because that looks like nepotism, right? So I had to call him Glenn Sr. He would call me Glenn Jr. It was awkward. Who calls their dad by their name? I did for the time that I worked with him. All right, let's go. I do like progressive. What else? Hall though. So if the sector is moving, I think that's what's helping the stock to move higher. I'm looking for a 3-8 cross here. After the stock has been beaten up, this could be setting up, Jose. This could be setting up, bouncing off a level of support at 346. Look at the rising earnings, Jose. This could be setting up. I want you, Jose Tovar, to keep this on your list. Watch for the 3-8. I'd like to see if it can break above both these levels of resistance. I got a profit target sitting about 471. It's about a buck move. All right, so Jose, this is what I'm looking for when I'm trying to find a stock that's moving in an awesome uptrend. All right, what else? Hippo, insurance brokers, we just started tracking it not less than 3 months ago. I do like the rising earnings. This is still a relatively new stock for us, but I love the 3-8 cross. Look at the pullback right here. The 3-8 held right at a level of support. Like the breakup above resistance at 208. Earnings came into play. The stock's price moved up earnings. Now, I don't like the falling volume as the stock's price has moved up, but I would still keep my eyes on it. I once said boom, boom to someone you don't do that. And I found out, I said, yeah, you don't say that. That's not good. I've not been to Vietnam, but I've been to Japan. I've been to Japan and I've been to Korea. Yeah, you don't do that. You don't do that. Worked with my dad in business environment, called him by his first name during those hours. I did the same thing, Mike. I had to do the same thing. What else do you use to keep you out of whipsaws? Nothing. All right, stops. That's the only thing I can use to keep me out of whipsaws. That's the only thing I can use to keep me out of whipsaws. And you notice, Jose, I'm looking at end of day. That slows it down for me even more. All right, I got nothing to keep me out of except for here, stops. So let's say I got in here. If I got stopped out because the 3-8 crossed end of day, guess what? I didn't take a big loss. All right. Even here, I got in and got out when it closed below. I didn't take a big loss. Stops, or either stops or closing below the 3 and the 8. The 3 crossing below the 8 is the next thing. All right. Oh, say, can you see? Is this all my stocks? I think that's all my stocks. Look at that. I got time for your stocks today. I made time for your stocks today. So, tell you what we're going to do. I don't have that charge anymore, do I? No, sigh. I'm going to empty out this watch list. So the cool thing I like to do when I'm looking at your stocks is to put them into a watch list. So at the end, before we look at your stocks, you can see where they all sit by our master indicator VST. All right. So now I'm going to have to just start putting your stocks in that you want me to take a look at. We got to get that back. We got to get that back. Did you put that back up there?
Yeah, just now. Is that what you wanted?
Oh yeah, I guess so. Stop. No, put me back where I was. Stop moving me around. All right. Wow. I don't work for you. You do. DS, I knew Energy was going to put up that or Volta. NVIDIA, NVDA, LAC, MNRL, Yeti, Vet, MNRL. Joe, you got to call them out. MNRL. What came after that? Yeti. Go ahead. You got to go back and tell me some. HUT.
Yeah, looking back. VET.
VET. Go ahead. ADM.
WCC.
WES.
MULN.
I already got. I thought I did. All right. Mullen. I made a lot of money on Mullen.
Apps.
APP digital current button. That. TCN?
Yes, sir.
TCN?
FDX.
Fedex?
Energy says I could have put Exro or VMAR 2.
I know.
PAGP.
What?
PAGP.
Speak English.
Oh, gosh. Sundial.
SNDL. DCFC. Tell me when to stop.
We'll do ZM.
ZIM? Oh, ZM?
ZM.
Zoom. Okay.
And then let's do MQ for Mike. That's it.
MQ. Any stock that you're putting in with a dot, I can't look at. That's not in the U.S. database. Anything you're putting in with a dot, I can't look at because it's not in the U.S. database. How many stocks did we come up with? Look at that, Joey. Right at 20, baby. Woo! Right at 20. Now, with everybody who gave me a stock, one, thank you for your stocks. Two, now you can look and see by way of our master indicator VST where they all stand. So there we go. For any of you whose stocks that I did not put, you can go to www.vectorvest.com/free. /free. You can get a free stock analysis on any stock that you want.
Look at Mullen on there.
Say again?
Look at Mullen.
Where's it at? Oh, yeah. I'm glad I got out when I did. Do you know I made about $5,000 on that trade?
Yeah.
Not you. You didn't.
100%.
Not you, because you're not as good as I am. That's what it comes down to.
I made 100%. Okay. I'm not as greedy as you are.
I am greedy. That's why my belly's big.
Difference.
That's why my belly's big. All right, so now just take a moment to see where your stock that you gave me, where it sits, and then we're going to look at all of the graphs. All right, a lot of them are buys, some of them are sells, some of these are good stocks, good fundamentally stocks, and some of these are more speculative stocks. You're going to find those more to the bottom of the list. Let's graph them all. Let's go put them all on a 3-month graph. I'm going to go through these quickly. Vet, I like it. It's a petroleum stock. It makes sense that it's moving up. I like that it pulled back. The 3.8 fell. I'd like that it fell and found a level of support, bouncing back up again. A little bit of indecision for the last couple of days, but I love the earnings per share moving up, and the stock is in an uptrend. Let's go to the next stock, NVIDIA. I like that it's moving up, but I don't like that it's not at a 3-month high, but it's got an opportunity to get back up there, picking up on volume. Now, keep in mind, I'm not looking at any of the news on these stocks. I'm just analyzing them as I see them. So, Jose, there we go. Look at that, another stock with a 3 and 8 cross. Look at that move up. Nice upward move on the stock on good volume. Earnings is rising. Volume is good. Stocks just got back into. I got you, Sonny. Remind me again. I got you. Look at my 10 favorite stocks. On rising volume, RT is above 1. I like that. I like that stock. I cannot like. Good. Googly muggly, boy. Woo-wee. Hey, I like that stock. ADM, Archer Daniels. Archer Daniels, good. Googly muggly. Bottom left, top right, moving up. Love the earnings. Love the RT. Who gave me ADM? Who gave me ADM? Holy smokes. I like that stock, but it's a company that's been around for a long time. This is not a fly-by-night company. Relative value above 1, relative safety above 1, earnings per everything is good about this stock. This is a great stock. A little bit of a push down today, a little bit of selling pressure, but the 3 and the 8 is solid and have been since 225. Look at that. Even on the pullback, it held on an end of day right at a level of support and moving up. I like this stock. I like this stock. I cannot lie. Hey, Joey, look at that stock. I like that stock and I cannot lie. All right. So, yeah, I'll push crickets for that. I did. That was Bill Androsky. That's a hell of a stock right there. That's a good looking stock, my friend. All right, let's keep going down the list. What else? WCC. Little bit of a sideways move here. Fell, found a level of support like the 3 and the 8. Where did it stop? Right at resistance of 133.54. It's got good upside potential. Relative safety is below 1, so it's a little bit more of a riskier, more aggressive stock. RT is still above 1. Volume is okay as the stock is middling. I like the earnings per share. Right now, if you're in the stock, leave it alone. End of day, the 3 and the 8 is still good. If you're not in the stock, I'd like to see the stock break above that level of 133.54. All right, let's go to the next stock. Next stock I got is Apps. Digital Turbine is a stock that's been around and it's had its hotness. Let's go put this on a 1-year graph. It's had its hotness when it's had its hotness. Right now, it's not in the hotness anymore. I'm going to draw you a trend. Ugh, that's not what I wanted. Stop touching my graph, Joey. Let me draw that. It's got to stop. I saw you move. Stop doing that. Stop making me. Don't make me vex. Now, if you're Jamaican, you know what that means. You don't know what that means. That means don't make me angry.
Over right now.
That, and I will pull this car over and tell you a thing. Don't make me do that. All right, so I'm looking at the stock. Put this back on the 3-month graph. The stock was still in a downtrend. I like the breakout. I like the 3 and the 8, but it's middling right now. I do like the earnings per share. I would like to see the stock continue to break higher than this downtrend. Even on a 6-month graph, yeah, I need the stock to continue moving higher. It broke through, but it's moving sideways. So I'm a little bit of consolidation there. ADN, Kramer, I'm not asking about Kramer. I like the stock just because I like the stock. All right, put this back on a 3-month graph. Oof, lithium. Lithium is going to be on the rise. We all know that because of electric cars. So I like that. It's in mining other. That's another hot sector. Earnings per share on the stock is rising. I do like the move. It's $34.22. Nice open candle on good volume. RT is above 1. I like that stock as well. I'd look at it, take out that high, which shouldn't be that hard. Not a lot of selling pressure, not a big wick at the top. How come VectorVest doesn't track the symbol GPTC? Because we don't track actual crypto. We don't track actual crypto, nor do we track foreign exchange. So we don't track currency. All right, that is the reason why we don't track GBTC. All right, it's a good question. I do like Lithium America. I like the sector. This is an industry, though. Industry is on the rise. PAGP. I like the upward move. I do like the higher lows, but we're stopping right at a level of resistance. That resistance level is sitting at 1187. I'd like to see it break above that and stay above that to take out the 3-month high. Volume is okay. Earnings per share, I do like. I like the ramp up in earnings, and I like the earnings growth rate at 21%. I would wait to see if it can break through that. And if I want more confirmation, I'd wait to see if it can break through the 3-month high. But look at where the wick stopped today. Look at where the body stopped. Right at that level of 1187. It's telling me that that's a good level of resistance. It was good here, here, here. And yeah, that's a beautiful, it needs to definitely break through that if I'm not in it. If you are in it and you got in on the 3-8 cross, leave it alone. Wait till the 3-8 cross to the downside. What else? MNRL. I'm not fearing. This is a petroleum industry, but this ain't one of those leaders in that. This is more of a laggard. I do like the earnings per share, but I don't like the price action. Big down day today to 3 and 8, possibly to close to the downside. But if you do own it, I've got a level of support sitting at 23.58. If it goes below that, you probably want to think about closing that position. All right. Volume is falling. That makes sense when the stock is moving sideways, though. All right. Next one. Fedex. Is this an earnings play? Where's earnings? There's earnings. Earnings happen. The 3 and 8 is still good. I'd like to see the stock get out of its own way and stop moving sideways. Good level of resistance at 228.41. Stop there, stop there. I needed to break through there, and then I needed to break through another level of 237.64 before I'm thinking about looking at the 3-month high of 266.79. If you're in it, though, leave it alone. If you're in it alone, then leave it alone because the 3 and 8 said it's okay. HUT. Crypto, I am not a huge fan of crypto right now. If I draw a trend line connecting the highs, it's still in a downtrend. A lot of these crypto stocks are. Be careful with them. They may have a day or so when they pop, but overall, the stock, let's put it on the 6-month graph. Look at that. Crypto is getting smoked like a pound of cannabis. It is. Be careful with it, and don't get your head on the swivel when everybody's telling you about on YouTube, hey, go get some crypto, because no, it's not ready. It's not ready. I do like the idea that more and more big companies are getting on board with it and all that kind of thing. Let the trade come to you. Where can I find lithium stock in VectorVest? It would be under mining other. My best suggestion to you would be to go to Google lithium stocks, and you can build a watch list in the VectorVest software of lithium stocks sorted by VST. Gives you a better play on which ones are the best. Does that make sense, Devendra? That's what I would suggest. All right, let's keep going down the list. What else is in here? Western Gas Partner, Petroleum. It bounced off support. Freehand line. Man, look at that. I needed to break out of that downtrend. Let's make that a little darker for you. That's what I need. All right, it's moving. The 3 and 8 look good. Got to get out of that downtrend. Whoever gave me that, it's got to get out of that downtrend. Volume is okay. Earnings per share is falling, though. Fell once, fell twice. Watch that as well. I definitely need to see my stock, see that stock break through that downtrend. Now, marijuana, is it on the rise? Look at that rise right there. Jose, here you go again. Look at that 3-8 cross. Look at that 3-8 cross. And to the downside, look at that 3-8 cross to keep you out of it. Jose, over and over, this is a good thing. These are your stocks. All right. I want to show you how powerful the 3.8 is. Now, I don't like the earnings per share. Don't get me wrong, but I like price action. Is marijuana on the rise right now? Where we at? Sundial. Let's do this. Let's highlight this. Let's go look at an industry graph. Let's go see if it's on the rise. Let's go see if marijuana is on the rise. All right. Let's go put this on a 3-month graph. Is marijuana on the rise? And this is analysis, folks. Ooh, you really ready for marijuana yet? Look at that sideways motion. RT is not above 1. Earnings is okay. Volume is pretty good. I'm picking up good volume on it. Am I ready to pull the trigger yet? Is marijuana stocks moving, or is it just meandering? This is the kind of analysis that you're doing. All right, so we looked at that. Let's go to the furthest stocks down the bottom of the list. View the stock graph. Pop that out real quick. Put that on the 3-month graph. Woo! TCN, it got hit twice. If you own it, though, am I going to tell you get out of it? Not until the 3 crosses below the 8 on an end-of-day basis. Anything can happen. Look at the 3. There we go again, Jose. Look at that 3-8 cross. Nice run up. I could play this off the 3-8 going down. The stock's going down, but the volume's going down. This may not be a long-term pullback. May not, because people are losing interest in that. We'll see. But for the last 2 days, the stock's price is down. RT still above 1. Relative value, relative safety, both below 1. This is more of a speculative play anyway. All right, the fundamentals are not there on the stock. Ooh, Yeti. La. I'm not feeling that. Stock is just, no. Not yet. The 3 and 8 just crossed down today. I got a little bit of a hanging man type of candlestick pattern. It could be the entree of a reversal. At least I got a floor sitting at 54.38. I do like the earnings per share rising, but not the right time to be in it. If you are in it, end of day, look at that. The 3 just crossed below the 8. What else? Zoom, indecision, sideways moving. Earnings per share below what it was last week, last 3 months. Picked up CGC and Tilray. Romeo, as I looked at that industry, though, be careful, all right? That industry doesn't make me feel warm and fuzzy to go jump on marijuana stocks. Just be careful, all right? Especially if you want to know if that's a longer-term play. I'd rather see the industry. You can right-click on the stock in VectorVest and look at its industry graph to help you to determine whether or not it's a stock you want to stay in long-term or not. All right, what else is in my list? Drive Shack. Drive Shack's just a little old place where we can get together. Drive Shack, baby. Drive Shack, baby. Look at yesterday. It went right up to that beautiful level of resistance, sitting at $1.51 and pulled back. I need this stock. Look how many times it's hit that level. 1, 2, 3. I definitely got to get beyond that on the 3-8 cross before I'm ready to pull the trigger on it. If you are in it, though, and you see this big pullback day, look at the 3 and the 8, didn't close below on an end-of-day basis, still in it. All right, that was a lot of selling pressure yesterday. I don't know what happened. Big wick, a lot of selling pressure. No follow-through today. No follow-through. The stock's price still has upside potential. All right, how many of y'all like my little song, Type of 1 in the Room? If you can't stand that song that I just sang, type of 2. All right. Just type it to. I'm just curious to know. Romeo, short-term trades, I'm with that. From what I saw with the industry graph on marijuana, short-term trade, I like that. Okay, that's not a bad idea. All right, what else is in my list? DCFC. Ooh, auto and truck replacement parts. I like the earnings per share. I like bouncing off a level of support. I like the 3-8 cross. Yeah. I'm liking that. A lot of selling pressure today, though. Look at the big wick at the top of today's candle. Glenn's AMPH is looking nice. Linden, I'm not going to look at him. I got all this. John didn't like it, and TL Moore didn't like it. That's all right. At least a lot of you did. Tom says 3. That wasn't even one of the choices. Sigh. Pure talent, says Kenneth. I like that from Gaucher. I'm never going to forget that now. Gaucher, Moshe. I like that. I do like the earnings per share on this. I like that bounce. I like that move. A little bit of pullback today. Just watch that. If you're in it, though, end of day, leave it alone. If you're in it, leave it alone. What else is in here? Oh, Vive. Energy. Man, between Vive and VMAR and Volta, I know you're big on these stocks. This stock fell down today. I don't know if that was an earnings play. Was it earnings? Wasn't earnings. Stock fell down today, but it rebounded. Stock fell down today. A lot of people thought it was a buying opportunity. I'm looking for this stock to see if it can fade the gap. It was already moving down. It broke through a level of support in one big fell swoop at 306. It dropped hard, but it is rebounding. I do like the earnings per share on it. There's not a lot of volume on it, bro. But it is rebounding today. But if you're in it, you took a big hit. That rebound, I don't know if that's really helping you or not, but that's a big 3-8 drop. And there it is, Jose. That I can't protect you against that. I got nothing to protect you except for stops. I got nothing to protect you against stop. But that's what you were looking, your question. I got nothing, man. I got nothing. All right, next one. MQ. I did a story on this. Who gave me that stock? I did a story on MQ. Who was that? That was John D'Angelo. John, are you here? That was one of the stocks that you wanted me to look at and put into a video. And I put that into the second viewer's choice video. I like the stock for what it does. When I did the story, I still hold on to that. Nice move up today, but where's it stopping? Right at the 1249 level of resistance. It's been touched a few times. I needed to break through. Good volume today. I needed to break through. I got upside potential to 3-month high of 1813. But I needed to break through there. If I'm in it though, by way of the 3 and the 8, leave it alone. If I'm not in it, I'm looking 12 cents. I'm looking at 5 cents higher than the high. And my last stock is Mullen. I made some money on this stock. I did a story on it. This was another story that came out from, who did that one come out from? And that was in the first viewer's choice. Mullen came from Joshua Sullivan. Me and Joey made some money. I made a little bit more than he did. But that was a nice move. And where is it at? Right at a level of resistance sitting at 336. It needs to get out of its own way. All right. Earnings per share is falling. Be careful with that. This is more of a trade, more so than an investment. All right, Joey, put me on that other screen in the beginning. Oh, how did the survey work out? Only 71 votes. Man.
Yeah, nobody voted.
Nobody's voting. I'm looking for ideas from you guys. I'm looking for ideas from VV Nation. And you guys ain't helping me out a little bit. It is what it is, but we're trying to find ideas to make live streaming better for you. Can you show me the results?
I was going to give him one more second to.
The survey is up there. Hit the survey for me, folks. I really want VV Nation's input on what you would like to see in the way of live streams. All right, and we got some choices up there. Vote. Do me a favor and vote. All right, as we're closing down before Joey puts the results up there. Thank you guys for being here. If you liked what you heard today, don't forget to hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let me know that it was worth it for you to stop by. If you're brand new and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. That's a good way to support our channel. Hit the subscribe button.
Can you highlight that in the chat thing, in the chat overlay?
Yeah, I think so. No, I click on it. It won't. All right, let's go see. Glenn opening the market, 34%. More midday market update, 33%. Glenn analyzing your stocks. Nobody cares if I analyze their stocks. Only 16%. Glenn closing the market, 15%. So it looks like Glenn opening the market and midday market are the two biggest gainers in here.
I don't understand that because people type their stocks in here the whole time.
I know. And nobody wanted to. I know. It's all right. I'm just
saying it's just confusing.
Well,
like I don't know.
Because you're confusing.
I am confused.
Yeah, you're confused. You can't help it. Jose says, is there a 3-8 cross? Oh, 2 things. Put me back into the software. There's 2 things I want to do. Is there a 3-8 search in the software? You can build one. And I've got one. I've got one in here that I've built for YouTube. Hot stocks, YouTube. Where is it? Oh, I need to be in Unisearch. YouTube. I've got a search called 3-8 crossover new sell. That's a bearish one. I've got one for technicals, and I've got inexpensive, call it cheap 3-8 cross. For those people who are VectorVest subscribers, it's an EMA to 3 crossed above the 8 in the past 1 day. Stock price less than $2. Average volume greater than 100,000 shares. Stock price. So the stock's price has got to be between 50 cents and $2. All right, 50 cents and $2. And all of these stocks, the 3 and the 8 are just crossing. All right, are crossing. Lynn says less singing. Wow. A lot of people are not liking my singing. It's all right. No changes. Trending Thursday is perfect, says Mike. I like that. I couldn't vote via phone, would choose analytics. I got you, Miss McClintock. Midday market and more top 10 recommendations. I got that as well. All right, so that's, if I wanted to build a 3-8, I can. I've got different variations of 3-8 searches. I got one for EMAs and stochastics. So I want technical. So stock price less than 5, the 3 crossed above the 8, slow stochastics, price greater than $1, and I want good upside potential. So these stocks have to have an RV above 1. So it's 3-8s, but looking at technical analysis, I've got a bearish one, blah, 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 blah. You guys were asking me in regards to my top 10 stocks. Where's Glenn? There's Glenn. And here's my top 10 stocks that I like right now. I've been working on this, trying to get, these are my top 10 stocks.
Clear the chat.
Clear the chat, yeah. These are my top 10 stocks. Nobody else. These are just my top 10 stocks. A couple of them, There You Are Energy. There You Are Energy. I got that in my top 10 list along with XROF. So I've got a couple that are more speculative, but even with VEV Energy, I got an RV of 1.08. Palantir is more of a speculative play. I believe in that stock just like I believe in XROF. But the rest of my stocks, these are my top 10 stocks. And Bill is right. In order to use the 3 and the 8 moving averages, you've got to have ProTrader. Thank you for that. In Unisearch, don't see YouTube. Mike, because you don't have that. I created that here for our live stream. You won't have that. I created that. I always like your evaluations, Glenn. Still miss TTT. I know. Training Tuesday. I know. I think we're going to start to redo that, though. But again, these are my top 10 stocks at this particular point in time. And I like that they're kind of diversified. Steel, petroleum, electronic petroleum, transportation, computer, bank, software, transportation, machinery. I like that they're kind of diversified. So those are my top 10 stocks right now. Don't take that to the bank. This is just an opinion of a guy. All right. Now you can put me back on the other screen, Joey. All right. Now I'm done. Woo. That was a lot of energy today. I used a lot of energy today. I really like the stock eval. Thanks. You're welcome, Brian. Thank you for being here. Thank all of you guys for being here as well. I think I gotta go. I gotta make a video for tomorrow because Joey is a slave driver.
Slowy?
Yeah, I just called you Slowy. I'm really tired, Joey. I may have to do it after Jockey Club. I know the stock that I want to do. I know the idea I want to do. I may do it after Jockey Club tomorrow. I'm tired.
Get your coffee.
I got my coffee. How often does your list change? I don't have a set time period. I just keep looking at the stocks. Some of these will fall off my list. Some of them, I've got it here in here. So in case you guys ever want to see it, it's there. I'll just keep watching stocks as they go along and change them with something else. It doesn't happen very often. I'm very loyal to these stocks. I picked them for the right reasons, so I'm kind of loyal to these stocks. But unless they really do something stupid, I will keep them. All of these stocks have double-digit earnings growth of 20% or higher, all positive earnings. My only real speculative stock on here is XROF. That's my real only. Even Vicinity Energy is got. I like it. I do like it. All right. Back to real estate. If I sell my house today, I won't be able to buy another house for an equal price. And if I rent, I'll be homeless in a very short time. Then stay in your house. Don't sell it. I guess that's the easy way to say that. I don't know. How many likes did we get today, Joey, before I go? Did I get over 100 likes? I did. 11. I got 111. Way to go, folks. Thank you for that love. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Right back at you, Miss McClintock. Right back at you. All right, folks. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Boom dia, especially in Goshe. Salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until next time, folks. See ya.